You know, I remember the first time I drove, when we first had it at Disney, and as soon as you pass the gate, you see this big sign that says Don Quijote Awards straight ahead. Those of us that are going to that event are seeing that sign, but also people that are coming from all over the world to come enjoy the theme park. They're seeing this thing called the Don Quijote Awards with HBIF and the chamber, sign on there. It was actually pretty neat.
20 years ago, I was on the HBIF board, and we were discussing how we could create a fundraiser. And we determined that both the chamber and HBIF should think about it together.
I mean, certainly the Hispanic community was exploding. I mean, it was growing incredibly.
In as much as it was never too fashionable to be Hispanic in this community, Hispanics have learned to truly become part of the overall community. And they have done this without losing their Hispanic heritage.
And I remember early conversations that, I kept saying, we don't want a piece of the pie, we want to have access to the whole pie.
We did not have a name, and in the middle of lunch at one point, Tony Blanca says, why don't we just call it the Don Quijote Awards? And everybody just kind of put their sandwiches down and just kind of nodded. It was a moment of zen, I suppose, that where everybody just said, that's really cool.
It does represent somebody who incessantly fights for what he thinks is right.
It is said that North America is the land of opportunity. Don Quixote was a dreamer.
We're a Hispanic community, but we're part of a bigger community. And we wanted to make sure that we send out that message.
There is this thinking and phrase that Victor Diaz used to say all the time: think globally, act locally.
These awards had to be as objective as possible and based on merits, not on friendships, not on money, not on anything else other than merit.
And I think that over the years, the significance of that award has even become even larger.
It's like, I guess, growing a child, developing a child. You see the different stages. All of them are great. They all face different challenges.
I believe passionately that it is our obligation always to give back to our communities. And we have been very fortunate that we have individuals that have and continue to give back.
Everyone in this room has reached a level of success because there were many people involved in that path. Somebody gave you good advice, somebody made a call for you, somebody opened the door for you, somebody helped you along the way. It is important for those of us who have achieved that success that we return the favor. The old saying of, those of us been able to take the elevator up, to send the elevator back down to somebody else.
When they win, you win with them because you're part of what they've given. It's extraordinary.
It went from a smaller event to a bigger event, and the sophistication and the type of event is a lot more elaborate now than it used to be. But the essence of what it was intended to be hasn't changed.
Feel proud of yourselves. Receiving this award means that you have done something, that you achieved it, that you worked hard, that you had the impossible dream, but you were able to accomplish it, so it wasn't impossible anymore. My congratulations to all of you.
So it's a sense of pride that we've done something that brings people together. There's not enough of that in the world, I think, at this point, and I think we accomplished it, and it has been going on for 20 years. From that one day when we met and decided that Don Quixote was the name that we're going to give this award.